Hello guys, welcome to Hankins Custom Rifles and another episode of Hanks TV. Today is September the 24th. It's a Sunday afternoon. We've been down here at the range most of the day and it's very hot today. We've been test firing these guns and this is the last one we got to do. Now this gun here is a factory Remington 700 BDL long action chambered for 280 Remington. It's a limited edition. It's got a nice little floor plate down here on the bottom of it. You know, says limited edition 280 Remington. It's got a really lightweight barrel on it. It's been fluted from the factory. It's got a HS Precision stock on here that had the aluminum bedding blocks in it, or whatever they want to call that, the aluminum block. And the customer sent this gun to me just to go over it, clean it up, accurize it. So that's what I did. And when I do an accurizing job, I'll pillar bed it and free float the barrel. This gun had a big pad out here that supported the barrel, kept pressure on the barrel, so it didn't free float. I took that pad out and bedded it. We re-crowned the barrel. I put an 11-degree target crown on here, got rid of Remington's ugly crown that they like to use. Polished the crown off nice. We sandblasted, or should I say glass beaded, the entire barreled action again. We put a Timney trigger in here. It's got a Leopold scope on it. This is a 3.5 to 10 power with a 56mm objective, but it's made to mount really low. It's got this cutout in here, and I believe that's called a VXL or something like that. That's what's written on the scope. I'm not real familiar with Leopold's models, but it does have a 1-inch tube. It's got the rings on it that were on here when the customer sent me the gun. Now, his complaint was it just wouldn't shoot right. Wouldn't shoot good. So we're talking 2-3 inch groups at 100 yards. What we're hoping to get, we want to get down to 1-inch groups. 1.25 inch would be acceptable, but 1 inch would be nice, and even better than that would be even better. But it is what it is, and we're getting ready to test fire it to see what it's going to be. We've got two kinds of ammunition. We've got a box of Hornady Super Performance, however you want to say that. It's a 139 grain SST bullet. And then we've got a box of Federal Fusion, and it's loaded with a 140 grain bullet. Now, for any of you guys that don't know what a 280 is, most of you probably do know what a 280 is. It's basically a 30-06 neck down to hold a 7mm bullet. It's a very efficient cartridge. It's not overboard. You're not burning more gunpowder than you need to burn. It's been a very good cartridge for years and years. It never did really take off quite as popular as the 30-06 or the 270, but it's been a really good round. A lot of guys like it, and now it's being offered. Some companies are offering it the 280 Remington Ackley Improved, which brings this cartridge right here up to almost 7mm rim mag performance, shooting 8 or 10 grains less powder. So it helps you with the performance but burns less powder. But anyway, enough about all that. What we're going to do is move on over. We're going to shoot this gun a few times, see what kind of groups we can get. I've got the scope set up here on 10 power, and I don't even know if I'll be able to see the groups in the paper. So I'm probably going to shoot one, walk down, look, make sure that I've hit the paper, and then come back and we'll shoot a couple more. But I've got a few things to do. I got to put my dogs in the truck. I'll get back with you guys as soon as I get that taken care of, and we'll shoot this gun. Okay guys, we're going to start out with the Federal Fusion. Make sure that the gun is sighted in and it's on paper. So what I like to do when I'm testing these guns is I like to test every function to make sure that everything works. So we're going to put them in the magazine. And it's very important when you load the magazine that you load it correctly. You want to get your cartridges slid all the way to the back of the magazine so that the bolt will pick them up correctly and that the next cartridge can slide up and be in the right place. So here we go. We don't have a muzzle brake on this gun, so I'm expecting the recoil to be pretty stout. Okay, I can see that bullet hole, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot 2 more. Recoil is pretty stout. Something ain't right here with this magazine. Okay, that was 6 rounds. The barrel is hot. We're going to let it cool down. And I'm going to shoot 6 rounds of the Super Performance ammo and see what we get. The first 3 shots out of the gun looks about like 1.5 inches. The second group, we got 2 in the same hole, but the other one's out probably 1 inch. So we're going to have to just play around a little bit more and see what kind of groups we can get out of it shooting the other ammo. This is the only 2 kinds we've got to test with. So we're going to cool the barrel down. I'll be back with you guys here in a few minutes. Okay guys, we're back. We've let the barrel cool down. We're ready to shoot some more. We're going to shoot this Super Performance ammunition by Hornady. It's 139 grain SSTs. going to shoot 6 shots. Whatever we get is what we get. We're going to shoot 2 groups. I'm having a little bit of difficulties with this magazine. I think I'm going to have to tweak on the magazine box a little bit when I get it back to the shop, because it's not wanting to let that last shell come up all the way. And it might just be bent in a little bit too far. So I'll get that fixed. And here we go for the first 3 shots. I'm going to shoot the top left dot and see what we can do here. Okay, our first 2 were pretty close together. That last one jumped out there a good 1.5 inches. The barrel's hot already. We're going to have to let this cool down a minute before I shoot that last group. It's really hot out here today. The sun is heating up the stock to where it's hot for me to even lay my face on it. So I'm going to bring it off, put it in the shade, cool the barrel down. Give me 5 minutes, guys. We'll get right back. Okay, guys, we're back. We're going to shoot the last group out of this 280 Remington factory rifle that I accurized. Tried to accurize it. We're probably doing better than it did when I got it, but it still leaves some to be desired if you're an accuracy freak and you want your gun to shoot accurate. Accurate to me is 1/2 inch groups or less, and if we can't get 1/2 inch out of it, I'm not very happy. We're definitely not going to get 1/2 inch out of this gun. We're going to be lucky to get 1.5 inches. But this gun here, not knocking it or nothing, but you can buy this gun. This is the limited edition HS Precision stock, fluted barrel, all stainless steel. You can probably buy this gun. It's probably got a retail price of about $12.95. That's half the price, or a little less maybe than half, of a custom built rifle for me, but it won't even shoot half as good. I mean, it ain't even close to being half as good. So it just depends on what you want and what you need. Will it kill deer to 200 yards? Yes. It'll probably kill deer to 300 yards. But you're going to be shooting groups that big at 300 yards with it instead of groups that big. So it just depends on what you want and what you need and how much money you want to spend. But let's shoot 3 more. This is going to be the last 3 out of this gun for the day, and we'll go down, we'll look at the target, talk about it a little bit, see what we got. I'm going to shoot the top right dot. Okay, that's probably the worst group all day. So This gun definitely just does not shoot very good. We're going to go down, look at the target. We'll talk about it real quick, and that'll conclude the video on this gun right here. Okay guys, we're down here at 100 yards from the shooting bench. This is what we've got out of the factory Remington 700 BDL long action 280 Remington. This is a fairly expensive little rifle when you go buy it right out of the store, and it wouldn't shoot worth a dang for the customer when he got it. 2.5, 3-inch groups, best he could get. I accurized it. It got a little better, but it still ain't that great. Here is our first group right here, and that's about 1.5 inches. Here's our second group. We're down to about 1 inch. That was shooting the Federal Fusion. We shot 2 groups with the Superformance from Hornady. Here's our first group. We're at about 1.5 inches. And here's our second group, about 1.5 inches. So now you got to figure at 200 yards, that 1.5 inch group just went to 3 inches. And at 300 yards, it's going to be even bigger than that, 4.5 inches. So it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger the farther out you go. So it's kind of like my wife said, you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. So here's what we've got. Not trying to knock it too much, but you can't expect a whole lot out of factory Remington rifles most of the time. Once in a while you'll get one that'll shoot pretty good, but most of the time this is what you can expect when you go buy a $1,000 rifle from Remington. They've got the nice stock on it, they've got the stainless steel, they've got the fluted barrel. You know, they did everything they could do to make it look good, but they didn't do what they needed to do to make it shoot good. And most of the time it's in this part right here. It's in the barrel. You put a good barrel on this gun, same contour, flute it, do everything the same. Use a Brooks barrel or a Krieger barrel or a good quality made barrel out there, and these groups will shrink by half. So anyway guys, that's what we've got on the accurizing. If you do have a gun out there that doesn't shoot good and you want me to accurize it, I will do it. There's no guarantees that comes with them. I'll do the best I can to do it, make it shoot better, and it will shoot better than it does. But I can't guarantee you're going to get 1 inch. I can't guarantee you're going to get 1/2 inch. Every gun's different. Some accurize better than others. So, you know, each one has its own outcome. So if you want one accurized, you can call me at the shop. We'll talk about it, see what you got. But until next time guys, thumbs up on the videos, subscribe to the YouTube channel, visit Hank's message board, and go to my website if you got any questions or need to get a hold of me. Phone numbers and all that are there at hankinscustomrifles.com. Till next time guys, we'll see you later.